So I live in the UK and I am studying at Oxford. I'm studying PPE, which is Philosophy, Politics and Economics.
What a combination.
Yes, a great combination, but it's quite hard. You have to work a lot of reading. But I am enjoying my time because it's an opportunity to socialize, get to know incredible and amazing people at university, make good friends. So I'm enjoying it and I'm excited for this.
But you're away from your culture. So how are you going to do about your cause, which is girl education? I guess mainly in the developing world.
So I'm focused on the education of all girls all around the world. And there are more than 130 million girls who are out of school. So I have been making trips to Nigeria, to Mexico, to Lebanon, to Jordan, and I have been traveling around the world to make sure that we can reach out to all girls who are out of school. And so even though I have been away from Pakistan, unfortunately, and I want to go back, but it has not stopped me from my fight for education, and I continue my work.
Continue your walk. And you walk with people, other people right now, not a lone journey anymore.
Yes.
You work with the foundation, the Malala Foundation.
Yes, so
you also work with different partners. Help us to understand that part.
So I set up Malala Fund 5 years ago, and my vision was to see every girl in school.
Yeah.
Simple. All girls in school, whether the girls are in China or India or in Mexico or in Africa, everywhere we want to see girls getting quality education, because when we empower girls, they become empowered women. And then they contribute to the economy, then they contribute to the society. So right now we are focusing on empowering local advocates, local champions in their work for education. So for example, in Afghanistan, we are supporting a project where they are training female teachers so that girls can go to school where there are female teachers rather than male teachers. In Lebanon, we are supporting e-learning skills. We are supporting, we're making sure that girls can have access to STEM skills as well. So we are looking at area what the problem is and how can we address the problem, how can we solve that problem, so that girls can have access to quality education.
But then the question is how? Isn't that the most important question? How? Do you have some already ready remedy at this point?
So we are supporting local partners. We are giving them grants. We are giving them supports. We are also helping them in their advocacy. So we are doing advocacy in the countries. We are doing advocacy globally as well.
Have you met some of the girls that your cause is supporting?
Definitely. Just
Tell
a
me
week
about
ago.
them.
So just a week ago, I was in Lebanon,
Yeah.
and I visited one of my projects that we are supporting, and we were in this room of 12 girls, and they were all Syrian refugees, and I asked those girls what their dreams were, and one girl said she wants to become an architect. And when I asked why, she said she decided to become an architect because on the day when she left her country, Syria, she saw her country devastated and destroyed. And that day she decided that one day she will become an architect so she can rebuild her country. So now girls like her are receiving education. They're receiving education through digital learning. So we are making it easier for them to have quality education. Yes. So I am in touch with girls. I meet them. I visit these schools that we are supporting, and it's just amazing to see how education can change the lives of girls. Education gives them hope.
Yeah, but think about it, Malala. Some years ago, you were one of them, the so-called victim type. And when you listen to what they had to say, does it brought you back any memory of the past?
Definitely, when the girls were talking about how they saw wars and conflicts in their region and they had to leave their home, it was not their choice. They had no other option. And it just reminded me of my time in South Valley when there was terrorism happening, when girls' education was banned, when more than 400 schools were destroyed, and we had to leave our valley for 3 months. And that feeling that when you don't know when you would go back to your home is the worst time of your life.
Do you hate those people who you thought might have done this to you today?
To be honest, I don't think back. I don't think about those people.
You don't want to think back? Or
I don't want to think back.
Or not necessary?
I think what's important is that you just look forward, and I think I just wish that they can learn about humanity. They can learn about the true message of Islam. They can learn that it is always wrong to harm anyone, and they learn the importance of education. That education is important for their daughters, for their sisters as well. And I had forgiven them long ago, and I still say I forgive them, and I just do not think back.
You've forgiven them already?
Yes.
What does it take to forgive? It takes a lot. To me, it takes a lot. And it's a big learning process. What does it take for you?
I just when I was recovering from the attack, I think I became stronger and I realized that I was standing up for a cause that was so important that this was just a second life, and I dedicated this life to girls' education. I said I will just fight for education throughout my life now. So I just don't think back, and I don't think about the attack, and I just feel like it just never happened. I just ignored for a second that it just never happened.
Because it will make you more comfortable, or make you feel safer, or you think it's not relevant anymore?
I think it's I just look forward, I never look back. But then when I go and I meet girls in refugee camps, and when they tell me their stories, then it just reminds me of my past. But then they learn from my story, and I learn from their stories as well.
The reason I want to ask you this question is there's